Welcome to today's news wrap up. Let's dive right into the top stories making headlines today. Kash Patel, during his Senate confirmation hearing, directly blamed Nancy Pelosi for the January 6 Capitol riots. Patel, questioned by Senator Ted Cruz, revealed that Pelosi and Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser had declined National Guard assistance before the riots. Patel emphasized the Department of Defense had prepared to deploy the National Guard, but their requests were repeatedly denied by Capitol security officials who reported to Pelosi. This revelation has sparked significant controversy and raised questions about Pelosi's role in the events of January 6. Former Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta criticized African leaders for their reactions to President Trump's executive order to temporarily freeze foreign aid. I mean, you can't ask for handouts and then get mad when someone says no. But speaking at an international aid summit, Kenyatta emphasized that Trump has no obligation to provide aid to other countries and urged African leaders to stop relying on foreign assistance. He called for a wake-up call for African nations to use their resources wisely and become self-sufficient rather than depending on aid from the United States. I definitely agree with that. The Green New Deal is facing significant challenges in Europe, with many leaders calling for its suspension. French far-right leader Jordan Bardella has proposed joining forces with other right-wing groups to halt the European Union's effort to curb climate change, citing the return of President Trump and his economic measures as reasons for putting environmental legislation on hold. Additionally, France and Germany are pushing to delay EU rules requiring companies to report on their environmental footprint, further complicating the future of the Green Deal. Thank God. President Trump's legal team has filed an appeal to overturn his conviction on 34 counts of falsifying business records related to payments made during his 2016 campaign. The appeal argues, that the Manhattan District Attorney's use of criminal law to target Trump sets a dangerous precedent and seeks to protect New York's reputation as a global business and legal center. Trump's lawyers emphasized that the payments were properly categorized as legal expenses and that the case is a political witch hunt aimed at damaging his reputation. Elon Musk has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize by Branko Grims, a member of the European Parliament from Slovenia. Grims praised Musk for his consistent support of free speech, which he believes is fundamental to peace. I agree. The nomination was successfully submitted, and Grims expressed gratitude to all co-proposers and supporters of the initiative. Kash Patel, Trump's pick for FBI director, vowed to end government overreach during his Senate confirmation hearing. He shared his personal experience of being targeted by the FBI and promised to protect Americans from similar injustices if confirmed. Patel's nomination has garnered support from FBI whistleblowers and sparked controversy over his commitment to reforming the agency. John Ratcliffe, the new CIA director, has revealed that the evidence does not support former CIA Director John Brennan's assessment that Russia interference in the 2016 U.S. election to help Trump win. That Russia interfered in the 2016 U.S. election to help Trump win. Ratcliffe's review found that the intelligence community's assessment was based on weak evidence and that Russia's goal was to sow discord rather than support any specific candidate. And that's something I alluded to years ago. This revelation challenges the long-held belief that Putin actively worked to elect Trump and raises questions about the the integrity of the original intelligence report. A radio station owned by George Soros has revealed the locations and vehicle descriptions of undercover ICE agents operating in San Jose, California. Wow, that should be illegal, right? The incident occurred on January 26 when KCBS 740 AM radio host Brett Burkhardt shared this sensitive information, potentially putting the agents at risk. This revelation has sparked controversy, especially given the area's known gang activity and the ongoing mass deportation operations directed by Donald Trump. President Trump has proposed a controversial plan to send violent repeat offenders to foreign countries for incarceration. Speaking at the House Republican Conference, Trump suggested that this approach would cut crime and reduce costs by removing these offenders from American soil. The plan involves paying a nominal fee to a foreign nation willing to accommodate these criminals, thereby alleviating the financial burden on the U.S. prison system. I love that idea. President Trump blamed the administrations of Barack Obama and Joe Biden, along with diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives for a recent plane crash near Washington, D.C. Well, let me clarify. He says possibly. Well, the mainstream media took that and ran with it. But the crash involved an American Airlines flight and a Black Hawk Army helicopter, resulting in the deaths of all 64 people on board. Trump criticized the hiring practices under Obama and Biden, claiming they compromised air traffic safety, and announced new measures to eliminate DEI programs within the Federal Aviation Administration and the Department of Transportation. A new bill in Tennessee aims to make it illegal for lawmakers to vote against immigration policies that oppose President Trump's agenda, particularly sanctuary policies. The bill, which includes the creation of a state-based immigration enforcement agency, has sparked controversy and opposition from both GOP and Democratic Party members. Critics argue that the bill is unconstitutional and sets a dangerous precedent by penalizing elected officials for voting their conscience. Kansas is experiencing its largest tuberculosis outbreak in history, with 67 active cases reported as of January 24th, primarily in Wyandotte County. The outbreak has raised concerns among health officials, although the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, refuted claims that it is the largest in U.S. history. Tuberculosis and airborne infection remains a significant health threat, with symptoms including a persistent cough, chest pain, and fatigue. The state is working with the CDC to contain the outbreak and provide treatment to those affected. You know, I get my TB shots because I work in these health facilities. Senior officials at the Department of Justice are considering dropping the corruption case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. This comes after Adams criticized the Biden administration's open border policies and met with President Trump. Adams' legal team, led by Elon Musk's attorney Alex Spiro, has been in discussions with DOJ officials, and Adams has maintained his innocence throughout the investigation. Bay County, Florida Sheriff Tommy Ford announced the arrest of Damian Golger, a 44-year-old Jamaican national, after a juvenile disclosed having a sexual encounter with him through a social media app. Golger admitted to the sexual involvement and revealed he has a chronic sexually transmitted disease, which he did not fully disclose to the child. He faces charges of unlawful sexual activity with a minor and uninformed HIV-affected sexual intercourse, and is currently held on an ICE hold. During a Senate confirmation hearing, Senator Adam Schiff, or as I like to call him, Shifty Schiff, clashed with Kash Patel, President Trump's nominee for FBI director, over a song related to the January 6th Capitol riot. Schiff questioned Patel's involvement in the song's production, leading to a heated exchange about the meaning of "we" and Patel's role. The confrontation sparked significant social media reactions, with conservatives praising Patel and criticizing Schiff over his aggressive questioning. An Irving Independent School District official was caught on camera advising a parent on how to bypass rules to allow a male student to participate in female sports. This is ridiculous. The official suggested changing the child's gender on their birth certificate in another state before enrolling in Texas schools. Wow. This revelation has sparked controversy, with Texas Governor Greg Abbott calling for the official's immediate termination and investigation into potential legal violations. Despicable. Despicable. And lastly, the FBI has joined forces with the Department of Homeland Security and other law enforcement agencies in a nationwide crackdown on criminal aliens, as reported by President Trump. The collaboration has led to the capture of thousands of suspects, including gang members and human smugglers, across various cities like New York and El Paso. The FBI's involvement has provided significant resources, such as tactical teams and intelligence networks, to support DHS in identifying and apprehending these individuals. Well, that's all for today's news wrap up. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for the latest in news. And also check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.